welcome to Line by Line, and with our beautiful Lynn here. Hi, Lynn. We are analyzing a song by Audioslave called Be Yourself. Yeah. Beautiful background, Lynn. I love it.
Thank you. This picture was taken at my farmhouse I had to sell.
Mm.
And
Oh, you don't...
so anyway, it's because I couldn't drive anymore. My eye doctor told me I had to stop driving or I would kill somebody. So I sold my farm. So this is the farmhouse. This is a picture that I took on my farm. It's a sacred picture. It's sacred to me. So I just want to let you know it's a sacred picture.
It has like this eye of a storm above you, but it's not a storm. Yeah. Both of them are beautiful. It's like a pink sunset sky with a blue sky as an eye above it.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. And your painting now, your friend painted that, your background.
Yes, it's EM. She jokes to call herself Ilona Musk. So that's like that's our inside joke, but she's EM and she's very modest and she doesn't want to come in, but she will keep drawing and as much as she can, and she always appreciates attention and like very grateful, and like I like always repeating her how awesome she is, and she's all like, I'm honored, thank you. That's it. Shout out to EM, Ilona Musk.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you for your paintings.
You're very talented, very beautiful. It's a very beautiful painting. I love it's fall, right? I would assume that the yellow is fall, which is beautiful time of year. I love the fall. So
yeah. Okay. Let's read it. Someone falls to pieces, sleeping all alone. Someone kills the pain, spinning in the silence. She finally drifts away. Someone gets excited. In a chapel yard, catches a bouquet. Another lays a dozen white roses on a grave. And be yourself. It's all that you can do. To be yourself is all that you can do. Someone finds salvation is in everyone, another only pain. Someone tries to hide themselves down inside himself. He prays. Someone swears their true love until the end of time. Another runs away. Separate or united, healthy or insane. Even when you have paid enough, been pulled apart, or been held up, every single memory of the good or bad faces of love. Don't lose any sleep tonight. I'm sure everything will end up all right. You may win or lose, but to be yourself is all that you can do. Be yourself. Yeah.
So the band is Audioslave, and Audioslave is a super group. That's my boyfriend told me. He said Chris Cornell was the singer, which he's the one that died of anti-anxiety pills.
Oh my God.
And the drummer is from the Red Hot Chili Peppers guy, and the guitarist is from other major band. So I mean, the Audioslave is a super group. So anyway, so that's what I learned about
massive stars, actually.
Yes, a lot of stars. Yeah. Oh, shall we do line by line? I can try to read.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Audioslave. Be yourself. Someone falls to pieces. Sleeping all alone. someone kills the pain spinning in the silence. Be yourself. Someone falls to pieces, sleeping all alone. Someone kills the pain spinning in the silence. She finally drifts away. I wonder if I use my phone, take a picture, and then we're gonna mess you up. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's fine.
All right. All right. Yeah, it is. All right. So what do you think that is about?
Loneliness?
She finally drifts away. Someone gets
excited
in a chapel. So that reminded me of weddings and funerals.
Yeah.
You know, so there's like vows. You know, you take vows in the wedding, and then somebody's alone, so it's obviously about failure, I would think. Somebody's failing. I don't know.
Like, you might think that loneliness is a failure, but sometimes it's a choice. Like I met people that made this choice. They would rather be alone than with the wrong person, and the right person never came. And yeah, like falling to pieces, sleeping all alone would mean a desperation, in a sense. Like, you would take anyone, any imposter beside you, so that you're just not alone. And the other person would kill the pain spinning in the silence. This means the other person would push the love of their life away, so that they can get rid of the last trace of her easier when she finally drifts away and someone gets excited. That's how I read that line.
Yeah. No.
It's,
you know, that's oh, the complication of love.
yeah.
It's like, oh, you know, it's never quite as what manifests isn't always. Yeah. I don't know. You have to accept. My definition of love is accepting someone's failure while wanting the best for them.
Oh, the highest form of love, when you would actually want the other person to be happy despite anything happening to you, right?
But that's sacrifice. So maybe being alone is a good place when you're tired of sacrificing.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. That's complicated.
There is this distinction here. Catching a bouquet means marriage, while somebody puts roses in a grave. Like, so flowers, that's the common denominator here. So the flowers, to catch them would be to get married, and to lay them in a grave would be like to part from somebody, I guess. So it like kind of shows this choice that people have. It's either to join with somebody or to depart from them. Although, yeah.
I love wildflowers, and that's one of my hobbies, is going to the mountains and looking at wildflowers. And naming them and taking pictures of them. So, you know, I have thousands of pictures. We have thousands of pictures of wildflowers, and we don't necessarily do anything with them, but it's just there's a savoring point of such beautiful flowers and beautiful things. Yeah.
So that's who you are, right? Like you love flowers in its freedom and its wilderness, their freedom and their wilderness, I guess. And it would like nicely lines up with the next thing is like be yourself. That all you can do, be yourself, regardless basically of whatever happens, of love, departure, loneliness, like everything is outside of your being. So focus on you and who you are. That is the secret to be, I don't know, yourself or satisfied with who you are, I guess.
There's a savoring quality, you know, savoring beauty, savoring moments of silence. I don't know if this song has the word silence in it. It's talking about being yourself. Some people may think silence is a negative thing. I think it's a beautiful thing. I just love to sit in silence, and something I enjoy doing a lot. And even with my boyfriend, we like to sit in silence together and just not speak. And there's just such peace in that, the quiet times and the quiet moments. And so that's with the flowers and the silence. So those are the two main things that popped out at me when as well.
Yeah. Okay, I will read the next lines. Someone finds salvation in everyone, another only pain. Someone tries to hide themselves down inside himself, he prays. Someone swears their true love until the end of time, another runs away. Separate or united, healthy or insane. So the differences, I guess, what do you think? Salvation?
Salvation. Oh goodness, now this is a deep question. Do you believe that that everybody has a goodness part of them, or do you think that there is somebody that are innately evil, that there is no salvation? There's certainly people, there isn't people, or is there people on the planet that are so negative that there's no redemption?
I don't believe that. Everybody has good in them, even the worst people, like the most horrible people. There is light in them, and salvation. Salvation takes many forms, let's say, and freedom is one of them. Like here is like someone finds salvation in everyone and another only pain. So there are people who see others as their cure, I guess, or the answer to their problems, and somebody else will see others as this pain thing, I guess.
Well, I mean, isn't that, I mean, when you know, if you've ever experienced love, you get in this point where it's like a bubble and everyone's in love, and then there's a conflict starts happening. I don't know, after the wedding. Yeah. It could be a week, it could be 5 years, but eventually something happens, and then there's an emotional growing up quality that begins to emerge between the people. And so So that would be the pain, recognizing it and resolving it in order to continue on in the relationship, in a healthy relationship.
Yeah. Someone tries to hide themselves down inside praise, and the others swear their true life until the end of time. So how about those guys who would keep running away from love into prayer, I guess? And the others who would like just like express their love for everyone, I think. Like, does this line show that it's all of it is an act somehow? I think it might be my projection though. Like all of this can't be true. None of it. What do you think? Swearing love or hiding in prayer?
Okay, so I was thinking about spiritual bypassing. There's this thing that people do, and they could spiritually bypass or not mature. It's like taking psychedelic drugs and to escape reality rather than using them to transcend I don't know, the young shadow or something. So
Yeah.
Apparently it's a real thing, but I don't. It seems to me that the people that point out this person as spiritually bypassing, they might be just projecting. So I tend to think God shows you and finds you where you're at, or there's a component of, okay, we'll say love, beauty, wonder, awe, beautiful sunsets that if you open your eyes and see and pay attention to what is around you, the sunrises, the sunsets, the flowers, the trees, the beauty, the wonder. Oh, that's what it is. The world doesn't need to be re-enchanted. It's already enchanted.
True. I think the point in here as well, added to that, is regardless of somebody else chooses, you should be yourself. Like whatever other people do, find who you are and be true to yourself. Healthy or insane, separate or united, it's all okay. You can have all of this. You can be whatever you want, regardless of somebody else. That's the truth, I guess. And I like that. It's like kind of powerful wisdom injection, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Next line. Even when you have paid enough, been pulled apart, or been held up, every single memory of the good or bad, faces of love. Don't lose any sleep tonight. I'm sure everything will end up all right. You may win or lose, but to be yourself is all that you can do. Yeah, what do you think?
I was thinking about Karen Wong. So I just recently watched a video with Karen Wong and Grizz Grimm.
Shout out Karen. Shout out Grimm.
Shout out Grimm. And so in that video, they were talking about what was the line again? Would you read? Oh, that one section.
Even if when you have paid enough, been bulletproof, or being held up, every single memory of the good or bad phases of love. Don't lose any sleep tonight. Everything will end up all right.
So I think of it as um, a woven, like a woven, a basket that has, that women, okay, old women in Africa, they weave. And so the thought was that mistakes that we make, God fixes or is weaved into another story and another narrative. So whatever the bad things that happen to us, it gets rewoven like a basket, like it gets
we can
perhaps the pottery's wheel is a better way to do it. It gets more water in it, and the pottery, and it so the mistakes is like it gets redone in it. And there was a point in that Graham Grizz and Karen Hong video where she had talked about that, how well, her being a Christian, how she's recognized that these things get transmitted into something good, and so we shouldn't have to beat ourselves up for things, because it may not be wise to beat yourself up for things, because in the end it's going to go in the potter's wheel and it'll come out exact in the best way, that to the highest good, for the highest good. Whew. Okay.
Yeah, like even the bad experience is still experience, like it's a subject to growth and outcome in the form of a basket, if you choose so. But you may win or lose, but still stay true to yourself. That's the main point. And I think, like, in that line, don't lose any sleep tonight. I'm sure everything will end up all right. I think it's like he says, there is no point in worrying. You can't change anything. Like, so just stick up with what you know. And it gives the kind of this sensation of comfort, I guess, with who you are and what you aim in this life. Somehow, the good or bad phases of love, it's still a subject to interpretation, right? Like every memory of it. If you will weave it into this basket that you mentioned, like this experience basket, you have that thing that you can carry your life in, let's say, to further the metaphor. It's very important still. Like the most important thing is basically live your life and be yourself.
Yes, for sure.
It's not worse having sleepless night, right? Like we can be ourselves. Yeah. I have this story connected to single memory that can be good or bad. So I had a bad memory, which I kept coming back to as a traumatic experience and a source of pity for myself. Like I'm like feeling sorry for myself. And then when I thought about it further, I discovered that me overcoming that event in the past is actually what made me who I am and stronger. In a sense, like prepared me for other adversities and made me not surprised when other adversities would occur. It was actually really important event in my life. It would be like the really important weaving material into the basket. And it's the first time when I felt comfortable with a bad memory, or like like that was not worth losing sleep over. Like that's a good memory actually, like because the outcome helped me in the future a lot. Even though the memory itself is bad, but outcome of it is good. So that's what I project on that line. I don't know, what do you think? It made me who I am, so to be myself.
Yeah. It's like, what is it? The building, builds things up. Yeah, for a foundation. Yeah.
That was an interesting song to analyze.
Was it over?
Yeah, it's over. Would you like to summarize it, Lynn?
Yeah, really? I thought there was more to it.
No, that's
Wait a
it.
second. Okay,
It was
no,
a
you have to
very
do the last
short song.
do the last line again. Do the last line
Okay,
again.
okay.
Again.
Okay, I will read the last things again. Even if you have paid enough, been pulled apart, or been held up, every single memory of the good or bad, phases of love, don't lose any sleep tonight. I'm sure everything will end up all right. You may win or lose, but to be yourself is all that you can do. Like it's a lot in that line.
You don't know what you don't know until you know it.
Yes. That's true. And like, be true to yourself. What does this mean? Like, do we have to first answer the question of what does this mean, who we are? Like, we are those experiences that happen to us, right?
Yes, and well, I think of it as well, the picture that I get in my head is of a bow and arrow and missing the mark. So it's like, which is the definition of a sin, is to miss the mark. In Christianity. So that's the vision of, but when you're true to yourself, that means you're hitting the arrow right where you pointed it to. So it's a true and straight. There's, the morality and everything lines up, like
yeah,
everything's lined up, and it's like everything's in order. Oh, I got it. A place for everything and everything in its place. That's the best way to live life, I believe, is a place for everything and everything in its place, and so that I can find it again.
Yeah. Spot on. Thank you, Lynn. That was an excellent summary. Okay. To me, it feels like this song speaks about acceptance, about accepting our past, about accepting others and their actions, regardless of what it did to us, because that's eventually what we grew into. And it makes me feel freedom. And again, lines up with my sponsor Free Time. Guys, please enjoy it. It's very important. You will know who you are by the things you choose in your free time. So choose wisely. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you.
Subscribe to Lynn's awesome YouTube channel. You can find her on Discord.
It is, it's, I just love to play. So I'm going to work on a new video, but I just want to say it's like a 12-year-old did it. My YouTube channel is, because I just enjoy exploring and learning. So it's about learning to edit or learning to do things. So a lot of them are cheeky. How many?
Just be yourself. Don't apologize for your free time.
I'm just
okay, guys. Yeah.
Mwah.
And the most loved comment to that video of that song, called "Gone but Never Forgotten" love emoji.
Gone but never forgotten. That would be Chris Cornell, who died.
Yes.